Hey guys, alright, I've been totally and completely procrastinating on doing this video because my son is now 25 months old, but this is my 2-year breastfeeding update video. And before I say anything, I just want you guys to know that this was one of the things that was on my I would never list. I would never nurse a child who had teeth. I would never nurse a child who could walk. Never nurse a child who could talk. Anything like that, an older child, I would never nurse. And yeah, at 2 years he was still nursing, so that's definitely one of those things that you should not judge until you're actually in that position. So if you have a very strong opinion about it one way or another, or you're going to be rude to anybody who posts a comment or to me, turn it off now. Save yourself the time. There is no point in wasting your own precious time. This is just simply our experience, and hopefully I can help another person out there who may be in the same boat as me, or who originally thought the same way that I did about it, and just that it was, I don't even know, like prior to even having our son, I didn't even have an opinion one way or another about breastfeeding or formula feeding. I had girlfriends who did both, and literally I thought nothing of it. And still to this day, if somebody chooses not to breastfeed, whatever. Like, it does not affect me. And it does not affect my child. So I really don't care what anybody does, so long as they're feeding their child, and feeding their child something that is meant to be fed to their child. My coworker was talking about, I'm already off topic, but she was talking about her neighbor's kids, feeding them the Carnation Instant Start breakfast because it's cheaper. Okay, sorry. I'm getting labor updates on my husband's cousins, so I have to stay in touch. That was nothing good. She's been at labor for a while and I'm just going crazy. Okay, anyhow, 2-year breastfeeding update. I've been procrastinating on doing this video simply because I knew he was weaning at about 2 years old. I knew he was starting the weaning process, and I wanted to just talk about it when it was complete. However, for my own personal records, I don't want his 2-year breastfeeding update and his weaning story to be in the same video, and I tried recording it once and it was like 20 minutes long. So, and I'm not even, I think he's done. I think he's done. He hasn't nursed in, 2 weeks? A week and a half? It was a week and a half ago that he tried nursing, and it was just like, it was not going to work out. And I'll explain all of that in the our weaning story video. But at 2 years old, he was still nursing about once every day, once every other day. It was more or less just he woke up in the morning and that's what he wanted, but he didn't need it to fall asleep anymore. His 3 big times after about 18 months, so from about 18 months to 2 years, he would nurse to go to bed at night. He'd wake up and nurse pretty much from like 2-ish o'clock on in the morning, and that was getting really tiring. But he'd also nurse before he woke up in the morning, and then I would go and I would meet up with him, whether he was with my husband or at school or I was dropping him off to my mom. I would meet up with him during the week, and I would nurse him prior to his nap after lunchtime. So he was nursing 3 main times a day, if you call the morning chunk once. And those times were just starting to drop off, and again, I'll explain it in my weaning story, but at 2, I wasn't going and nursing him at lunch, and he wasn't asking for it at bed. I really followed the whole don't ask, don't refuse type thing, because I was kind of at the point of being done. I think he was really to the point of being done. It was just kind of like more of a habit, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I hate to call it that, but I think it was more of a habit and just like comfort, because that's what he was used to and that was what was comfortable for him. Well, I did nurse him, and it was probably like the best nursing session ever, and I don't know why it was so special. But on his 2nd birthday, and we literally just like stared in each other's eyes, and it was just like such a bonding, like I'm going to cry thinking about it, which is crazy, because I wasn't even like that emotional at the time. But it was just a really strong moment that we had, and it was probably like the most perfect way. I couldn't tell you the last time he nursed here about a week and a half ago. It wasn't really like a nursing session. It wasn't anything special or fancy, but then I kind of like to remember that as our last time, just because it was so special, and I just felt so connected to him, and I know he felt the same way. So that was pretty neat. Granted, at about that time, about his 2-year birthday, my milk was starting to turn into colostrum. And now it is colostrum here at 25. I don't even know if I would say I'm 25 months postpartum because I'm pregnant. But 25 months into his life, my milk started turning back into colostrum and really depleted quite a bit. So there really wasn't much left there for him to nurse. So it was definitely more of a comfort thing. And it was special. So I think now he's done, and again, I'll explain it in our weaning story, which I'll probably do here maybe this coming weekend, because that'll be 2 weeks since he last nursed, and I think that's a fair, safe way to say he's done, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't asked for it since then, but again, this is weaning story stuff. But at 2, yes, he was still nursing, and my milk was pretty much non-existent. Definitely for comfort, out of habit, but he wasn't ever upset about it. He's never cried a single tear over it not being there or anything like that. And I do have to say now that this is really hard to do, because I want to just talk about like the part since 2, but even when he was 2 and the days that he didn't nurse and I just got to hug him and hold him and snuggle with him, it meant so much more, because I'm able to just like kiss his head and have him like right here and just hug him and hold him. And I'm not saying that nursing him there isn't like the amazing bond of still holding your child, but be able to actually like hug your child and hold them close, and it's really special. So that's kind of where he was at 2. I was 20 weeks pregnant. Maybe 20-ish weeks pregnant when he was 2, and again, that was another thing I said, and I think I even said it in my 1-year breastfeeding update, that I wouldn't nurse while pregnant, and I wanted to wait to nurse until, or wait to get pregnant until I'd stopped nursing for a few months. But funny how things like that change. So don't judge or don't set, unrealistic standards for yourself prior to actually being in the position that you may be in one day, because you never know what your views may be or how your feelings may change. So keep an open mind, I guess, is my best advice. And don't set expectations one way or another, because there's no point in that for yourself. And don't judge, please. Anyhow, that was our 2-year update, and hopefully, basically, I covered everything. So anyhow, I will do the weaning story here in a couple more days, and I'll let you guys know how it went, and a recap on our 2 years of nursing. Blows my mind. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.